one of the benefit of OpenTelemetry is that most or all of the observability vendors at this point understand that OpenTelemetry is the future and that it's more beneficial for us to collaborate on a single project of how your agents or how data gets into your observability platform and for us to collaborate on it. But one of the problems, of course, is that there's one like diffuse responsibility, as we mentioned, like there's packages that are less maintained than they should be. And like the other problem is there's really no incentive to improve the documentation in OpenTelemetry as much. Of course, there is some incentive available to you, but it's a little bit less than like improving the SDKs, right? Like if you improve the SDK, that helps unlock a feature that then probably helps your customer onboard onto whatever observability platform you're, right? But documentation is a little bit less so because every vendor almost, and we're no different from this to be fair, right? Almost every vendor kind of has its own version of, hey, like here's how you use OTel to onboard onto platform X, right? And that kind of creates a lesser incentive to try to upstream that, even if that documentation is upstreamable. It's actually tricky for us as well because, as you mentioned, we have SDKs that wrap around OpenTelemetry. They have specific configuration options. It means that whatever thing we try to improve upon, I can't exactly get upstreamed into the OpenTelemetry docs as much. And that's kind of one of the maybe interesting effects of how the project, the people interested in the project, how it works out is that it's a lot of corporations that are observability companies, engineers that work at observability companies at the end of the day. And they don't have a super strong incentive to improve the documentation. They don't have like a business, centric responsibility to improve the documentation as much.